Hello again, this is Peter Phelps of Phelps 3D, and in this FreeCAD 016 tutorial, I'm going to be taking another example from the Solidworks 2009 Bible. Now this is probably the last example I'm going to take from this because this book does not, they rely heavily on the CD-ROM. They do not go through a lot of how to create something. In fact, this example I'm pulling out, I'm kind of making up some dimensions on a picture that was on page 166. It's a bracket that would hold a shaft, basically. And like I said, this is probably the last one I'm going to pull from this book because there's really nothing in detail of going step by step creating other things in this book. A lot of it is doing things that are based on projects that are on the CD-ROM. If you don't actually have SolidWorks, well, you're kind of SOL on the rest of what's going on in the book. That's my commentary. I'm going to move on. We're going to part design. We're going to start off with a sketch, and I'm going to create it on the XZ plane. It's okay. And I'm going to create two circles. Try to get them on the give the outside one a 20mm radius, the inside one a 17.2 radius. Actually, maybe that's supposed to be 12.7, sorry. I got dyslexic. And we're going to make that 76.2mm from, whoops. This should have been the same point. I want to make sure that that is anchored to the, doesn't look like it's anchored to the, there we go. And then we're going to close that. We're going to pad that. And I'm going to say symmetric to the plane. And I want it padded 38mm. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and create another new sketch on that same plane, XZ. And I'm going to start off with creating a circle again. Make sure that that's pinned to the axis. Change the radius again so that it's the 20. And set that again to the 76.2. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a triangular sort of sketch here. Make sure that that's flat. Make sure it's pinned to the. Then I'm going to set that to 76.2. Then I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to hide the pad so I can see what I'm doing over here. And I want this pinned to the circle, pinned to the circle. And make sure that this is equal distances, symmetric to this. Now I'm going to use the trim tool and trim the outer section. And just to make sure these are connected, 'cause sometimes you don't know. And close that. And we're going to pad that sketch 12.7 and symmetric to the plane, so that's right in the middle. So we can bring that pad back up. Now we might want to go ahead and fillet these two edges. I'm going to say like 3. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another sketch, but this time it's going to be on the YZ plane. And I'm going to do another one of these little triangle shaped. Pin this to this. Make sure that's. And so it says it doesn't need that one. Okay. Doesn't need 5. Okay. I'm going to make that 50.8. And then set the symmetry. And I'm going to hide the pad we just created. So I come in here, make that straight. I'm going to set this size to the 12.7. Make sure it's symmetric. And I think I might want to bring this down just a bit. That should be good. And bring that back up. So close. So right now, it's right in the middle. I'm going to make a copy of that, paste it, and then I'm going to move them so that figure out what would be about there to there. 25. So I'm gonna go to 22, I'm thinking. So move this one, -22 on the X. And then move this one. I want 22, but I think I need it minus the 6.35 that I'm going to be making. Copy that. You'll see what I mean by it. So if I take these and I pad them, 6.35, 6.35, say okay, pad this one, 6.35. So you have to remember which direction the pad's going to be. I could set it in the middle, but okay. And then I'm going to go to the bottom view. I'm going to select this. I'm going to create a sketch. I selected the bigger triangle. And I'm going to sketch a box. Set this to 76.2. And the other one 101.6. Create some symmetry constraints. I'm filleting the corners. It doesn't look like anything moved. They're not equal, so I'm just going to go ahead and close that. Then I'm going to pad that 12.75. Say okay. I'm going to select the bottom, make another sketch. Now we're going to create 4 circles. Select the circles, and I'm going to set all of them to a 6.35 millimeter, 6.35. Say okay. I'm going to just select them all and say equal. Set this to 24. I could have done a symmetry constraint on it. 24. And like I said, I could just do a symmetry, and it would force the other one to. Oops, forgot it. And now we're fully constrained. I can close that. I'm going to pocket through all. Okay. Let's flip back over to the 3D view. And I'm going to go to part design. Oh, wait a minute. I'm in part design. Let's go ahead and set a radius for this edge here. I'm going to switch over to part. And I'm going to select all these, fuse them together. Now you notice when you fused it, you now have lines that you didn't have here before. These lines now show up. Before it just went straight into it. So I'm going to select these edges here. I don't want that face selected. Now this process here is going to be the fun part. Selecting all these lines without messing it up. Clicking in the wrong spot or the wrong thing. You gotta start all over, which I've done before, over and over and over. I wish there was a control lock. I think there is, I just keep forgetting how to use it. This is when designing takes a lot of patience. Okay, is that all of them? I think I got them all. I'm gonna go back to part design. fillet. Yeah, of course it disappears. Okay. 0.5. So 0.4. Okay, let's see. 0.25. I might have to break this up. Yeah, cancel that. Let's try something a little bit different. Fillet those. Five's too much. Guess I'll just go 3. Fillet those. Not 33. Okay, and then this is gonna be tricky. Okay, I'm gonna go 3 on that. too, 'cause it's coming really close to touching there. I don't want it to be hitting that. You don't want your fillets to overlap. Now we'll see if I can do the bottom. Now this is gonna be a pain. So you guys select all these little pieces. I'm gonna zoom in. Okay. Sometimes if you can't do something all at once, you'll have to break it down into little steps. It's just part of how this works. I think I got them all. And you might be wondering why I'm not trying to click that little one there. The fillet tool here in drawing, part design, I mean, will automatically just fillet across that. If it's a small part. I don't have to get really close and click on it like I would in part workbench. Okay, we're going to try to fillet that. I'm going to try to go to like 2. Great, sorry, someone home. Let's say okay. Neighbors. Okay. And so there be our bracket basically for the shaft bracket. So that's what I'm going to call it. File, save. This was in chapter 5 actually. Rod bracket. export. Bracket. And yes, you could 3D print this, I believe, as long as it doesn't have a problem. We'll go check it in NetFab. Doesn't look like there's any problem there. No red triangle, so that would be good to 3D print. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.